Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? Yep.
Good, everything's good.
Yay. All right, people are coming in.
Hi, everyone.
Woohoo, woohoo. Isa, hi.
Hello.
We're so excited to have you guys here and come hang out with us.
Hey, Jess.
So Jasmine and I have never done a live together before, so we're super pumped and excited just to get you guys connected with us, and I just want you guys to get to know her. So we'll probably just wait a few more minutes just to kind of get everyone in. Hey, Crystal. Yay.
I hope to see all of you guys there at our event in Vegas. Even if you're not in Vegas, it's totally a great time and opportunity to come and travel and give your light in that town. We're all calling you in.
Awesome.
Hello, P9 Magazine.
Yeah, I am definitely Pinay.
So how have you been, sis?
I've been good. I've been good. Today has been a busy day. I actually had the opportunity and joining in a mediumship workshop. I was going there as a volunteer, as a helper for Lisa Scrivens. She's this really awesome Canadian psychic medium here in Winnipeg. And I was supposed to just be her assistant for the day, but she kind of made me jump in there and do some readings. And it was really interesting because I've never connected that way. We practiced with psychometry where we would hold other people's objects and sit with it and try to describe our feelings and like what came through. This one girl gave me her wedding ring and I was feeling it and I could feel unconditional love, a sense of hope, and then all of a sudden I could taste ice cream. And I was like, I don't know why I'm saying this, but ice cream. And she goes, that's my favorite thing of all time is ice cream.
Oh my God.
What? Did I just do that? That was crazy. Like, never have I ever attempted reading in that sense or connecting that way either. And it felt really cool.
Wow. You have a special gift.
Well, it's all unfolding, but honestly, the biggest thing that I did take away, and for everyone that's tuning in right now, is that we all actually have psychic abilities. It's just a matter of practicing and learning and understanding. The way that Lisa explains it is if you want to like have stronger muscles, you go to the gym and you work out every day. So if you want to have these psychic abilities and connect, you have to practice every day. And
Right.
that's really the same thing that can be applied. And it was really an interesting experience, but it was cool.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. How about you? How are you doing?
Everything is good. I wanted to add to that too, like how you made that like mind muscle connection. It's like also too with anything of with practice, you it's like the need of change. Like in order for something to grow, we always have to be in a state of change. Meaning we're always having to keep on doing the work, whether it's physically or mentally or spiritually.
100%. 100%. That is just so necessary. And just being in that moment of, well, you know what? I've never done this before, but it doesn't hurt to try. And when you're uncomfortable and when you are changing, that's when all the growth for sure happens.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's really trusting within ourselves.
Oh my
And
God.
like we have those voices, we have the ego based voices, then we have our higher self. And what it's all about is like, is kind of quieting down the ego and recognizing when that's appearing, like having that awareness and really focusing on that faint, distant, like beautiful divine voice of the higher self. And like using that ego as discernment to use that voice of the higher self.
Don't y'all just want to keep hearing Jasmine talk? Don't you just want to keep learning from her and just ask her questions? Like, this is why she is one of our amazing, amazing guest speakers for Bloom Where You're Planted. So I just wanted to keep saying hi to everyone. We also have Isa from the Philippines tuning in. That's awesome. Yay. So just to give you guys a little bit of why we're here and why we're doing this IG Live, we just want to be able to connect with you guys and tell you a little bit about what we're doing over in Las Vegas, Henderson, in June. So I want to give you guys the opportunity to meet Jasmine. Feel free to comment below, ask questions. That's why we're here. And without further ado, let's get to know her. All right. So Jasmine and I actually met way back in the day. For those of you who maybe are familiar or maybe been with us through Henderson, we went to the same elementary school. So we little tiny girls like hanging out tough at Nate Mac, and it was a good time. We were kids and living free, and then all of a sudden we had split ways. She had moved and I had stayed, and we kind of lost connection that way. But
you know what I'm just remembering? Were you there for that time when I left my apartment in Vegas where we were all in a circle and we lit up candles? Oh my God, were you in that one too? With Lucy?
Yes.
And Kaylin?
Yes.
We even were doing little ceremonial ritual, sisterhood rituals in fucking 5th grade.
That is crazy.
What the fuck?
I mean, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. That's wild. Oh my goodness.
That just came to me. I haven't thought of that in years.
I actually forgot about that until you mentioned it, and then I had a flashback.
That is insane.
Oh,
we have always been little healers and magicians inside of us.
Yeah, we really have. And all of a sudden, I had saw Jasmine on Instagram, and I was like, I know her. What the heck? And I added her, and as I'm looking through her feed, I already feel so connected with her, and it was almost just instant for her and I to talk. And you guys know, like those people where even if you don't talk to them for a long time, you just connect, and then all of a sudden, it's like nothing changed, or all of a sudden you don't even really need to like catch up, you just pick up where you left off. And that's what I immediately felt when I reconnected with Jasmine. So it's really cool to be able to be working with her again. And now that I'm in Canada, she's in Cali, but we're both coming back to Nevada,
where we first met.
Yeah, so as you can tell, we're very excited. So so Jasmine, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing and who you are now and all that good stuff.
So it's been 15 years since we talked. 15 years, and we're like not even that old. So a lot has like been going on with my life. Like I kind of was just living life for a while, just like living life, you know, going through the matrix and all of the process of life, you know. So I had a kid about 3 years ago, almost 4, and that was the huge start and like pineal gland.
Wow, really?
Yes.
So it was your transition into motherhood that really connected you.
Yes.
Wow.
As soon as that little seed was planted inside of me, it literally planted a seed in my consciousness. And as I was going through the gestation period of pregnancy, it grew and it grew. And I just knew like there's like my intuition is coming back. And I've always felt it like as a little girl when I was in elementary school, middle school. I've always felt that type of intuitive feelings and thoughts that come in my head. And I always thought it was just kind of normal. Mm-hmm. And then like when I moved to California, I kind of got like really conditioned. And like middle school really pushed me into the way of peer pressure and, you know, everything that you go through as a teen is exactly what I went through. And then so fast forward, I had a child. And once I had my son, which was the most magical experience of my life this far, it like activated so much inside of me. It helped me to find Reiki, the type of energy healing that I do. And it also has led me to all the work and all the experiences that I'm experiencing now. And fast forward to today, I am now solely focusing on my work as an energy worker and as a light worker, and really just bringing raising consciousness for the world through my business, which is energy.
Yes. That's awesome. And I feel that.
Yes. And what has brought me with energy healing is to hold space for people. And right now, I've being called to hold space for women specifically. So I am holding retreats in Mount Shasta for spiritual healing and DNA activation, and really just getting more in tune within ourselves and that divine light within us.
I noticed that. Yeah, so I noticed on a lot of the upcoming events that you're doing, such as the Sisterhood of the Rose Retreat and also these Women's Circle, there's definitely a common theme of this divine and feminine energy that's so strong. So
Right.
why is that so important to you, and what are you trying to really embrace with that?
That's a really good question. And it kind of goes like, it's something like something called like claircognizance, when one day, you know, during your ascension process, you just wake up and you get literally downloads like from your dream or wherever you're at in your ascension process. There's just something that was just a strong calling inside of me, and it was my voice, it was my higher self saying like, I need to wake up. I need to do the work and experience going through the process of awakening, reawakening my divine feminine energies within me in order to help others. And it's really through my throat chakra, and, you know, speaking my truth. And right now, for sure, in this lifetime, my main thing for my purpose is speaking my truth through my experiences. And that's all I can do. Like, I
Yes.
can Google anything. Like, I could Google a question, or I Google ascension, and it'll give you all these different articles. But really, it's like, I got to use the Google within myself. Like, type in the ascension and boom, I get instant downloads. And, you know, really just like what it all ties into is just really trusting within yourself, knowing we all do have psychic abilities, and our intuition is so strong, especially for the woman being reincarnated now. And a lot of the work that I'm doing right now and studying and learning all of these biospiritual theories is linking and tying in to these divine feminine women right now who are awakening at this time. You know, 2019, 2020 is going to be a huge portal, a huge year for the conscious collective to really raise up of that golden age. So it was kind of like my higher self and all my beautiful spirit guides and the goddess energies really supporting me in the physical dimension. It's insane. It goes from synchronicities to numbers, or even just like a figure of goddess Isis will literally just appear like out of nowhere in like
The minute that you said that, the light just went whoop.
Oh my gosh,
because she knows.
Yes,
she
yes
knows.
The goddess Isis connection is so strong with us. And for all these women waking up right now, we have been in ancient Egypt, we have been initiates of Isis, we have been high priestesses. It's honestly really time to just realize and reawaken to that fact. It's just like, it's all,
it is all within us. And like you said, you know, 2019, 2020 are these really great portals that we can access. So now it's really up to us to figure out the right tools to get there so that we can embrace it in its totality, right? And for those that are listening and you're like, who's this Isis, and what is this portal, and what is this, all these things you're talking about, you know, if it's not necessarily making sense to you right now, that's okay. But deep within, it's activating, and this is the moment to really start asking yourself, like, what are these things, and does it mean something to me? And especially within my own awakening and spiritual journey, what I found is all these things that I was interested in when I was younger, I was interested in it for a reason, and now it's all coming back. I was super interested in Greek mythology and all these things, but then once you start to really learn like how it's all connected in the symbolism and like all the meanings, it'll really show something out in the future. So just keep it locked, guys. Yeah. And use that inner Google, use that inner intuition too, you know what I mean? Like that's so important. I'm so glad that you tapped into that. So what other goddess energies do you work with that really help you?
Really quickly, I just wanted to like do like a little like kind of like a link, like a symbolism of what you're saying with our inner Google, you know, our inner search engine within our own Akashic record, is that literally the conscious collective, meaning all of us, we all have that unique light inside of us. We have to think of us as literally the internet. We are the web. We are interconnected through bioenergy from our unique light shining from the heart space. So it's just like a Wi-Fi connection. It's like, we obviously, like, if we want to learn more, we want to get more knowledge, we want to get all these downloads, we need to make sure that our Wi-Fi connection is open, and it's open to the right channel. It's open to the right frequency, right? And how you can hone that in, tuning into the right frequency, is using discernment, using that ego to really align you with your higher self, where your higher self is taking you. Yes.
Yes, I love that. Preach.
That just came to me, girl.
And it's all in flow. That's why we're here. That's awesome. That's awesome. So you had mentioned earlier how it was motherhood that really transitioned your spiritual journey. And Tiago did have a question here. Can you guys talk a little bit about an ego death? Yeah, we sure can. Do you have anything on the top of your head, Jasmine?
For me, through my experience, ego death is really a part of the process of ascension and the whole awakening thing. So ego death could be things like, for me personally, as a mother, I do not vaccine my child. I have a very, very strong calling that my child does not and will not ever need certain synthetic drugs to be induced into his body for him, for his health, or for the health of others. And that is just me. And maybe a year ago, I would think, oh my gosh, like, they're getting vaccinated. That's not okay. But you know what? We are our own selves. We are living our reality. We are living our experiences. I am Bo's mother for a reason, and that person is that person's mother for a reason. Whatever they're going through, that is them. Whatever I'm going through, that is me. So that is an example for my way of an ego death. And of course, like, it's always happening. But the thing is like, we never truly want the ego to die. It's always like a balance. It's the yin and yang. It's really utilizing the ego to align yourself to hear that higher self, the highest version of you and your calling, whatever is being needed to be heard, through using that ego to help structure and give you that discernment. Like, oh, well, this sounds right, but this doesn't. So I'm going to take a little bit of this. Like, even from this conversation, you may not resonate with Goddess Isis or whatever goddess, but you resonate with the fact that, we are raising consciousness. We do have to work from our highest selves.
Yes, agreed, 100%. And it's really important that you have a healthy relationship with your ego too.
Right.
I did experience an ego death recently this year. It was actually through my ayahuasca experience. And that was a really awesome healing experience that I had to start off the year. And so I experienced the ego death right after. I had an amazing ayahuasca experience. If anyone is interested in knowing, or if maybe you don't know what ayahuasca is, just shoot me a message. I would love to explain more. But it was afterwards, when I had come back down to 3, and I was still like coming back and just realigning. But I remember feeling a moment of, I don't care about anything. Like, nothing matters. Like Lauryn Hill says it perfectly. Nothing even matters. And at that moment, I was like, my ego has dissipated in this moment. But then I understood how it felt to have it back, and I understood how it felt when it was gone. So now that I experienced that, I can train myself to go in and out. But it is a beautiful moment to feel what it's like to have your ego gone. And you don't need to go through ayahuasca to experience that. You don't need to go through those things. It's just all a matter of being mindful and aware and dipping in and out.
Yes, most definitely. I love that.
Yeah. So thank you, Tiago. That's a really great question. If anyone else has questions, feel free to comment in. That's awesome. Thank you very, very much. So before that, I was about to head into talking about how Jasmine's a very conscious mother and an awesome parent. So I'm curious to know, being a conscious mother, how has that helped you as a parent? And if you have any really cool stories about you and Bo and how that is being a young mom. I feel like that's super, really cool.
Well, first off, I want to say that before I found out I was pregnant, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys.
Hell yeah.
I was one of those people who would literally just go and eat McDonald's like for breakfast, or like eat it at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like I would eat McDonald's like every single day. Like I just thought like, oh, I'm not big or whatever. I can eat whatever I want. That was my mindset. And not knowing that like the food that we put in our body is literally energy. And if you put processed synthetic energy into you, you're going to get processed synthetic energy inside of yourself, inside of your consciousness. So I feel like my son like literally saved my life. When I became pregnant with him, I just decided to download like this little app on pregnancy and stuff. And I just came across just one simple little article that was saying home birth versus hospital birth. And it was just that one article where I'm having a home birth. There's no way I'm having a hospital birth. Same. And by following that little voice inside of my head, that stern voice that was like, no, you're not doing that, you're doing this, I knew that came straight from my divine highest self. And then I started to, then once I decided that, I was like, okay, well, let me look more into it. And people are like, well, why would you do this? Why would you do that? And remember, I wasn't very in a conscious state of mind then. So I would always I would still have those thoughts of people, people's thoughts like bombarding me and like thinking like, oh, maybe this is wrong. Maybe I shouldn't do it. But it was really listening to myself, because I know what's best for me. And that doesn't, just because I give a home birth doesn't mean like home birth is the best for all. It's just that was something for me. And because I did that, it led to my experience of having that home birth within 6 hours. And that was the most amazing experience of my life, for sure. So besides that, I mean, I've helped him, I've parented him, I've raised him to now he's 3 and he's able to talk, and maybe he'll come through the door with his dad soon. But he is highly intelligent, and he is the one person that I learned the most from. I've never learned from any adult more than I've learned from my son. Wow. And practical little things that they do, and the little mannerisms that they do that show us like, whoa, why would I even think so complex, to really just come from the heart and really come from love. Yeah. And that's all children are. They're all innocent little beings coming from the higher veils of the other world and just transitioning down here. And another thing with the talk that I'm going to be talking about, I really want to emphasize the children that are being born now, the diamond ray children that are being born. And I really want to talk about what they're doing, their purpose, and the qualities that they have, and also how to identify if your child is a diamond ray as well. So that's something that I definitely want to talk about. And also my son's experiences, they're incredible. You will literally not even believe me. Like, it's literally that insane. So I don't even want to share with you guys any type of little with my son, because he is an extremely profound healer at 3 years old. And if anyone knows my son, they will definitely agree with that. Yeah. I definitely want to like keep all of that like in my my panel speaking, because that's like really it holds so deeply in my heart.
I love it. I love it so much. So right there, if you guys are gonna want to know more, then you're gonna have to check out this event. I see that Chanel is joining in. Chanel is from the Big Cat crew. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Also,
yes, Melissa.
Your Mel is here too. You got 2 Mels in your life.
Yes. And she knows for sure. I call her every day and I tell her like, sis, you will not believe what Bo just said to me. And she's always like, oh my God, whoa. And then our children are so connected too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a whole other topic we got to talk about when we're all together, where we can really resonate and feel each other and like really feel that energy.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. Well, I can't wait to hear more about your and Bo's experience for sure. And I definitely resonate with your feelings on home birth, because when I have a family, I for sure want to do a home birth. I want to have that experience. I feel like that would definitely just be so life-changing.
Yes. And that also has led me to find the path of being a doula So within this year, another big goal of mine is to become certified as a doula.
And
Because
what's a doula?
a doula is someone who goes with you through the birth process. So you can have a doula as in a hospital birth or a home birth. But for me, my doula literally was magic. She was that magic woman to hold me, to massage me, to help me with my breath work. If I was feeling nauseous, she would get her essential oil and put it under my nose. She was just that nourishing mother that I needed to become a mother. And that's what doulas essentially are, in my words.
Wow. Well, then you're about to be my doula.
Hey, that's
for sure. I know who to call.
I would be honored.
Same. So also, you weren't always a Reiki healer. You weren't always, this amazing woman who does all these retreats. If you guys don't know Jasmine, she also did fitness competitions, and she also was a fitness trainer as well. And so it was really cool because when I first followed her on Instagram, this is what she was all about. Right. But early and slowly, you saw her post change. You saw her stories change. And all of a sudden, she came out of what we call the spiritual closet.
Yes.
And that was so amazing to be able to see that transition and that growth, and then now how much light you just shine. And I really felt like I was witnessing you stepping into your true nature. And that is just so inspiring in itself. And I'm sure that was an interesting process you were going through. So maybe if you want to just let them know about how you were here and how you were there and how you are here.
I think that's an awesome question because I feel like a lot of people will resonate with that because everyone is going through that process.
Yes.
Everyone is ascending in their own path, in their own way, at their own time. And for me, it kind of went a little bit fast and very like a slingshot kind of thing. But that slingshot literally like pushed me to like doing like so much within these past couple months. And I came back from Olympia in November of this year. So that was 5, 6, 7, about 7 months ago. Within 7 months, I've done a huge transformation within myself. And I really needed to do that body transformation from competing and bodybuilding, building that mind-muscle connection in order to really truly see my true potentiality.
Wow.
And that I needed to go and compete and, do all of these successful things for my physical wellness in order to really see the potentiality of the other aspects I need to work on, which is my mental state of health, my spiritual part. And I know, like, even when I was doing physical training, I always knew spirit and spirituality is me. Like, that's the whole essence of me. And all these other things are just secondary and tertiary. But my primary goal was ascension. And it was honestly going to Mount Shasta, where I hold my retreats, is what was a huge opener for me to realize, like, you need to step into your power right now, this instant. Yeah. Literally the day I was in Shasta was the first day I ever spoke a full video about spirituality, awakening, collective consciousness, 5 dimension, the unicorns, fairies. Like, I already had all these things inside of me that I just felt like, oh, people are going to think I'm weird. Like, I have all of these thousands of followers because they're following me on fitness. Watch, I'm going to lose all of them because I'm speaking of something else. But that's okay. And that's what I needed. I needed that ego scariness to really hear those words. But then it was my higher self that realized, yo, like, you did lose a lot of followers, but you didn't need them, those people. The people who are following you now is the people you need and the people that need you. So that is why that was a huge opener for me to step into my power. And then just recently, I stopped personal training because my core focus is being a light worker, is being of service to people and really activating that.
Yay! That's so amazing.
Thank you, Anna.
I especially love how you were talking about the importance of your past. Like, even though you may not be doing fitness anymore, it was still an important aspect to get you where you are today. And it's so cool of you to be able to still honor that and respect that to be where you are today. It's so important in anyone's journey. Like, no matter where you are, if you got there, you still have to honor how you got there. And what's also really cool is I felt as you were explaining that is that you were building your masculine. You know, you were strengthening that through that experience, and you need to be able to build your masculine so that it can protect your feminine, so that your feminine can bloom and blossom. You can't do that if you don't have the masculine there to get you there. So you were on the right path, you know?
Oh, for
And like,
sure. I love that. Thank you.
I'm so glad you're sharing this, because this is why people need to hear, because you are just like me, I'm just like you, we are just like everyone else here, and it's just all a part of the journey, and sharing it so that other people that are looking for a way, or are needing guidance, you know, this is the opportunity. And that's amazing. You've come
Yeah.
such a long way, and I am so, so, so grateful that you're able to share space and co-create and co-host this wonderful event. So, Jasmine, without giving away too much, is there anything else you can say that what people can expect from you at Bloom Where You're Planted?
I think I pretty much touched base on everything. The only thing that I wanted to talk about specifically with my energy work that I do, just in case anyone feels called, I do Reiki. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and that is my title. But right now I'm leaning towards, I love doing Reiki sessions for people, whether it's in person or via Zoom or via online, where the energy is still potent. It still works, because honestly, time and space is an illusion. So I could be doing hands-on healing on you here, or I could be doing hands-on healing on you when you're in Canada and I'm in California. You will still feel that energy. Where I'm leaning more towards is teaching people, attuning people with Reiki, and I'm definitely going to be offering online courses for becoming a Reiki practitioner.
Amazing.
So with that being said, Reiki is definitely the essence of what I do, the essence of energy healing. But I go more beyond that. It's more like I work within the bioenergy within your quantum field. So our quantum field is our aura, our auric field. So within our auric field, we have the 7 primary chakras, but we also have 8 morphogenic chakras. So what I do is I do the balancing between the 15 dimensions within our time-space continuum, and really doing that healing within each and every chakra, the earth star, the soul star, all the different chakras that align us together. And what I'm doing within the healing is I am basically activating the crystalline energy, the crystalline structure that is inside of our cell regeneration. Our body heals on its own. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm helping facilitate the structure of the atoms and the cells to be of that crystalline base.
Jasmine!
What?
That is deep. That is crazy. That is cool.
Yes.
And
it goes into science. It's all science. It's connecting science and spirituality together. And Reiki is a beautiful form of putting it out there. But I also want people to understand it's more than just chakra balancing. And I want people to understand what we have inside of our bodies. We have all these different light bodies that are being integrated into our carbon base. So what this is all about is doing the DNA activation, helping people to activate themselves.
Yes.
And it's all with just the knowledge of knowing and having the awareness. We do have 15 dimensions in our time and space continuum. We do have more than 7 energy fields that we're just learning about, but those are our primaries that we need to work on in this life. But it goes more beyond that. It goes into the templating and the rewiring within our brains for our consciousness.
It's about to be a good talk, baby girl.
Hallelujah.
That's fire. I'm just like,
thank
oh,
you.
Man, she's still going. I should have taken some notes, damn it.
Oh my God, I love you, sis.
There it is, sis. Oh man. Enough. Thank you. Thank you
so much.
This is great. Everyone that has tuned in, we are so grateful to share space and co-create all together. Everyone that is a part of this, you have already taken that step to join us in this awesome community. So if you guys are still tuning in and you want to know more, head over to at soulseeds.ca. Go ahead and give Jasmine a follow too at the Flower Jasmine. We are going all the way back to Henderson, Nevada on June 12th to bring this awesome event and to start this awesome community. I have a link on Soul Seeds Instagram, so if you want to click that link in the bio, it's going to take you to a page where you'll get to know all the more information. We're going to keep having fun this week and next week and the week after. We're going to bust out some content, and we're going to have fun with it, you guys. This is all new to us, but we're happy you're here. We're happy.
It's flowing so well, so divinely. Like, I feel we've activated so much, and just within these people viewing right now, but also within that 24-hour period, and then also when we publish it on YouTube, this is going to activate so many people, and I'm so excited to share and create space with you, sis.
Me too. Wow, wow, me too, me too. If we would have known back in 5th grade we would have been here, that's crazy.
That's right. So make sure you record this. Don't forget.
I won't.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for everyone for coming in. Jasmine, we'll talk soon, and we have another live coming up very soon, guys, so keep it locked.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.